Hi, beautiful souls. So we are doing a pick a pile for those that are completely single. This reading is for you. Now, all you have to do is choose which heart calls your heart for a message from Source regarding love. This is for completely singles. This is the blue heart for 1. This is the pink heart for 2. And we have the rainbow heart for 3, and we have the love frequency playing in the background. Go ahead and pause this video and come back for your reading. Pile number 1. The energy here is so beautiful. You have the 2 of Cups, but then you have this 3 of Swords, and you have the Strength card to begin with. Source is telling me you have to hold your vision of what it is that you are seeking to experience regarding love so deep in your soul and commit yourself to accepting nothing less than that. Whatever it is that you've experienced in the past does not equal your future and can only meet you in your future if you keep accepting the same thing that you accepted in your past. Source wants you to know that the King of Swords is here. So you've got a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius who wants to show up to the kind of love that is completely honest and authentic about 2 individuals coming together to make the best relationship that's possible, but knowing that where they've been is part of what gave them the strength, the ability, and also the vision of what it is that they want. It tells me whoever it is that you're going to meet, pile number 1, is going to have a similar vision than you. The vision is going to be of a very deep and spiritual commitment, and something that they know took them all of their experiences up to this point to understand why they had those experiences to choose this relationship in spite of things not always being perfect. So if you have the blue heart, this is your pile, and you should know that on the other side of you choosing love, you choosing the kind of love that has not shown up up to this point, is when it shows up, because its Source is saying to me, you know what love isn't. You've had plenty of examples of what love isn't, and Source is ready to show you what love is, but that means you must say no to anything but the love that makes you feel safe. I hope this helped you. If you've picked pile number 2 in the pink heart, you have the Queen of Cups here, you have the 9 of Cups, you have the Fool Child. Something has definitely stirred your heartstrings and you're excited about what's ahead. For you, if you're single, it says to me, you're wondering, am I ready? And Source is like, love is simply a reflection of the courage you have to allow it in. You have the Emperor card here and the 8 of Wands. Source says you are in a place of having choices, and the choice that you really want to have faith in is yourself, in making the right choice moving forward and not making the same mistakes again. For you, pile number 2, Source says what's very important is for you to pay attention to the things that are not actually said, the things that are unsaid when you ask a question. And that means vibration, right? What people don't express to you through omitting or not sharing or keeping to themselves says a lot more than what they do share. So Source says, pay attention to the things that are not shared, because that is always, for pile number 2, has been the thing that ends relationships in your life. So Source is telling me, if you're single and you have only an inkling of a desire that seems to have come in, and if it hasn't come in, will come in shortly, to inspire you to make yourself available, Source wants you to know that trusting yourself means trusting yourself to say exactly what your intuitive hit asks you to acknowledge. Why didn't you tell me that you were going to do such and such on such and such day? Is there a deeper message here that I should know about? Are you, not sharing it for a reason. Obviously, Source says, be aware of how someone takes your concerns, your questioning, and how they react to it, because Source is telling me that that will tell you a lot about someone. But the main thing that Source is saying to me is that you also are meant to pursue those that may be shy to pursue you, because it tells me you've been pursued, or you've made it a requirement to be pursued, and that has gotten you where? So Source says, if you feel the inkling to ask someone very clearly out, or for their number, or if you're going to be able to see them again, Source says, take the leap to do something different. It's time for you to throw a wrench in your MO in order to have a different result. I hope this helped you. Oh, and I'm going to mention that you have Pisces here, you have Virgo here, and you have Gemini, Libra, Aqua, and Aries very strongly. Pile number 3. All right, pile number 3, you have the rainbow. And Source is saying to me that the question is, what is it that you want? You're single, and if you're single as a Pringle, Source is telling me your focus may be a bit physical. It may be more about the desire than the desire for an actual relationship, or at least Source is saying that is imbalanced currently, right? Source says if you want more of a balanced situation so that you get the result of a relationship, you're meant to look at it from what kind of energy are you giving right relationship to? And what I mean by that is the desire to feel close or connected with the idea of a future requires you to make certain adjustments so that people commit to the longer view than the shorter view. Source says you've been kind of just falling into desire or lust, and that has created the current circumstances that you're in. And Source says, so that you don't have these fears come up when your feelings come knocking at the door, create a certain base so that you know whether or not the situation that you've dived into has someone willing to be in a long-term situation or circumstance with you. Source says, have the courage to ask for what you want. Have the courage to say, hey, it's not that I want it from you, because we're not at that stage, but I want to know where you are so that I know what this is what Source is saying to me. By the way, you are looking hot and sexy, and if you're not out there making yourself available, then you're missing out, because it says you're going to be given a lot of choices. You just have to decide if you want a temporary situation or if you want a long-term situation. And long-term relationships or situations require a bit more of an understanding of where you both are heading. And Source is wanting you to know that. We have Gemini here, we have Capricorn here, and we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. You may be dealing with one of these. Otherwise, it tells me that if you want a pure love relationship, you will have it within the next 6 days, 6 weeks, or 6 months. It depends on what you require. I hope this helped.